And we're back to the 305 podcast, and this is going to be the numerology and astrology version where we dedicate the show just to numerology and astrology because, listen, I like to talk about politics. I enjoy politics. You see, I'm not a drug addict who only cares about getting laid with a whole bunch of whores on the fucking block. I don't care about that stuff. I actually care about the world I'm living. I'm not just living in, but the world I'm giving and leaving my kids. Because quite frankly, Chris, I want to leave this world better off than when I came in 1978, bro. And I'm not sure if 2026 things are better than 70. I mean, hell, you're in 95. Do you think the world is better right now than when you were born?
No. I look back even 2010, 2015. It's funny. The fashion's the same. Everything else changed. That's the joke. The fashion since 2015, all the same. The people. No,
since 2015, inflation has gone up. The cost of food has gone up. The cost of gas has gone up. But whole inflation's gone through the fucking roof. I mean, you have maybe he hasn't hit Cleveland, Ohio yet. And that's where I know Chris from, Cleveland, Ohio. I've actually known this dude for a long time, probably majority of your life at this point.
Oh, it's going on almost 20 years since my family and me. Yeah.
Yep, I've known this guy, and he is a prime example of why sometimes I allow enemy signs around me. He's born in the year of the pig. I'm born in the snake. That's usually enemy signs. I usually wouldn't want people like that around me. But Chris is a little bit different than everyone else. Chris, what is your birthday?
5/4/1995, pure 33 life.
And for the slow people out there, you gotta leave a little punchline, bro. And for the slow people out there, 5/4/1995 is a pure 33. When he talks numerology, listen. Because this guy's been around me more than most. And if you're around me, you're talking numerology and astrology. And you might say some racist shit. You might talk about politics, finance, but you definitely talking about numerology and astrology. Anyways, Chris, we got a lot of readings. And if you want a reading, it's 98 or above. But who's the first one, Chris?
Yeah, so we got Jackie Moon 28. Today is my birthday, born February 28th, 1997.
Oh, shit. Today's her birthday. Listen, I don't drink, but this is what you're supposed to do. Is that one? Which is it? This one, Fresh? That's the one. Okay, so I'll do this one more time. I don't usually get to push the buttons. So let's do 3 times. Everything goes to 3. Happy birthday, hon. And you are now in a 4-year cycle. So guess what? I got to do it one more time. And because you're in a 4-year cycle, here's what it comes down to. Work. You have to outwork people in this year. And that matches the astrology energy as well. Some years you have energies from a numerology perspective and astrology perspective don't really match too well. They just don't. The snake energy and now the 2005 energy 9, it really doesn't match that well. So yes, some snakes were killing it last year, but some were not because those two don't really mesh too well. The horse energy and the 1 energy, they go together like peanut butter and jelly and white bread, right? Just making sure, bro. But this year in the horse year, under 1 energy, you literally got to outwork the competition to the point where you're not just working like a 4 for no reason, but you're trying to be more innovative in a boss type of mindset. You might want to create something this year because 1 is about new beginnings. But looking at your energy and looking at the fact that you're an ox, you also got to prepare. And Chris, the oxes, next year, they're going to be in a rest position where it's going to be their enemy year. What's some advice you can give for oxes with the goat year coming in 2027?
Yeah, so what you're going to want to do is look at 2027 like a college gap year. So imagine you're 18 years old and you're going to take a job, to go work and do something else while you decide where you're going to go to college. In 2027, what you're going to want to do is start is many things as possible, or not start as many things as possible. You're going to want to basically minimize your first time of doing things. So if you want to, open up a business, 2027 is not the year. If you've never played basketball before, that is not the year to pick up a basketball.
Not the year to get pregnant. Not the year to start a family. And guess what? You shouldn't be driving a Honda or a Kia either, because those are GOAT cars. And what Chris is basically trying to tell you is prepare now.
Yes.
Prepare now. Because if you're going to wait till 2027 to prepare for your enemy year, you might get cooked. You might end up like the 9 life path are going to end up in a 1 year, or vice versa. So let me just say this. My fellow ox, because, ox is in my trine and stuff like that. Oxes tend to be aggressive. Since you're born on the 28th, I know you about that bag. But next year, no chances, no risks. You still got to work, still got to eat, cool. But the best thing you can do is absolutely nothing next year. You agree?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, who's next? I like the fact that we're starting with someone born on the 28th. On the 28th is their birthday. That's good juju. All right, who's next? Go ahead, Chris.
All right, yeah. So what's up, G? My birthday is 2/9/1986. Can you give me a general reading? And also, what would be the best country to live? I feel at peace in Japan mostly. Also, what's the best place to get the bag? Thanks, bro.
Well, the best place to get the bag is unfortunately your enemy sign. The best place to get the bag is the United States of America. Chris, check if 9/2/1986 on the Q app is actually a tiger or ox.
Yeah, 8 tiger.
It's 8 tiger. Outstanding. And thank you to the Q app for making that too freaking easy. So, I mean, honestly, the best place to get the bag is the United States of America, but that's your enemy nation. So you can't really be there. A lot of people consider Japan very compatible energy to you. So yeah, that would be a good place for you. I know a lot of people born in 86 who've thrived in Japan. Now you're also an Aquarius, so you like people outside your race. So it makes sense why the Aquarius would be the country where people don't necessarily look like him. I mean, listen, Aquarius is so easy to figure out. If they're a black Aquarius, they want a snow buddy. If they're a white Aquarius, they're going to want a Chinese. I mean, I've just seen it all with my own eyes. That's why this stuff is so funny to me, man. But how to get that bag? That's the question everyone wants to know. How the hell do I get that bag? I think you've done a pretty good job of it already, in all honesty. And I think you're destined to be not only rich, but also a very powerful man. So, and one of the things is you're an Aquarius, and I've said this many times. Aquariuses just have an edge over everybody else because we're in the age of Aquarius. Back in the age of Pisces, that's when religion dominated. Yo, you think these people are lunatics now with their Christ is King and their all praise to Allah? You think these people are wild now? Go back to the age of Pisces, man. 90% of the population were like these people. Now they're only like a minority. But back then, god damn, Chris. It was just completely out of this world. But my friend, I think you've done pretty well in life. If your karma's in order, you should be fine. Who's next, Chris?
Yeah, so we got Mr. Bowmont, I think, and it's here to learn. 9/23/1997, currently in nursing school, would love some general life advice.
Is this a man or a woman?
His name Mr.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you never know with the people in this country. I really don't mean anything with the people in this country, but all right, let's get into it. So the first thing we can see is we have a 4 life path and a 5. And you pretty much have the same energy as Donald Trump and America itself. That's why Donald Trump is such a good president who fits America like a glove. And because he's 4-5 and America's 4-5 and you're 4-5. So what does that mean? That means as someone with 5 energy, you're a good entertainer. Donald Trump's a good entertainer. Mm-hmm. Someone with 5 energy, you probably have a lot of women around you. Donald Trump definitely had a lot of women around him. As a 4, you're here out working people. Donald Trump sleeps like 4 or 5 hours a day. Dude's like 79 years old. I know plenty of people who work around him all the time. And they say this guy's running around and he doesn't get tired. So you have a lot of those same qualities. And quite frankly, Chris, I like this combination because 5s can be a little bit erratic. 4s can be a little bit dull. But when you add those numbers together, what do we got?
You get 9. 9.
Well, not just the 9, but we have 2 numbers that are enemy numbers, but they complement each other. Yeah. In the same birthday, 2 numbers could function very well, but if they're in 2 different people, not so well. And people be like, well, what the hell are you talking about? How does that make any sense? Same way in algebra, 2 negatives make a positive. Same exact way. Everything in this world is yang yang. But you know what? The yin has a little yang in it, and the yang has a little yin in it. And that's exactly how this matrix is supposed to run. Anything add in this birthday, Chris?
No, I mean, just be careful, as a 4 to not overwork yourself at things that you don't care about. Because like, let's say you take a job at Dairy Queen. A lot of times as a 4, you're going to work really hard at that job. And then upper management, middle management will take advantage of you. Other than that, as a 4, watch out with being over materialistic. So 4s have a tendency, even Donald Trump, to get into a little bit of trouble financially. And, Donald had a couple businesses.
90s.
Yep.
90s, he was cooked.
88, he had a bad year too, his enemy year.
Yep.
So yeah, that's about it.
I mean, if you think about it, he had a tough year in 2024. He almost got killed. Mm-hmm. I know the Iranians wish something else happened because the supreme leader would probably still be alive today. As a matter of fact, he would be alive today if the Democrats were in power. You know this is true. Anyways, who's next?
Yeah, so we got New Rich Kings 8070, and he says 2 male business partners living in Houston, one from Nigeria, other from Nashville, Tennessee. The birthdays are 5/29/1989 and 9/22/1995.
Wow.
Thinking about starting a podcast and going into business together. What do you think?
Wow. All right. Well, I'll tell you what I like. I like the fact that when you have 2 enemy signs together, whether they're working together or if they're going at each other, it's usually absolutely wonderful content. When you have the Ultimate Warrior, who's born in the year of the pig, who challenges Hulk Hogan, born in the year of the snake. That was some of the best content in WWF history. Now, Ultimate Warrior couldn't do any of that with anybody else, but he did it with that character right there. Now, ultimately, they ended up hating each other, but it is what it is. Now, it's funny because me and him are snake pig, but the difference is we're 33 life paths. And I do believe that even in this relationship, you have a snake who's born on the 29th. So maybe that frequency can help this relationship. And we have another person who's born on the 22nd. So in most cases, I would say, you know what? I don't like this. In most cases, I would say this is a bad idea. But when I look at this one, I see 2 master numbers, don't I, Chris? Mm-hmm. And because I see those 2 master numbers, I'm thinking, well, maybe this isn't a earth snake to swine relationship. Maybe this is an anaconda to a boar relationship, even though an anaconda's still going to eat him. But I also look at the numerology, and I actually do like the numerology as well. So I think that this business relationship can work unless one thing happened, unless you guys met last year. if you guys establish this relationship last year, then that influence would definitely hurt the relationship long term. So, anything to add, Chris?
No, I think you put it best.
All right, let's go. Who's next?
Yeah. We got at no-vs7fk 12/27/2000 male. Do I have what it takes to be financially successful? My goal is to evolve in life and create the future I envision. Much respect to you, Gary.
We have a Capricorn who's talking about his bag. Shocking. We also have someone who's a 5 life path and a dragon. So you're talking about how to be successful. Well, I mean, I can give you a boring reproach, how to be successful. I mean, to be super successful, you missed it by a day. The 28th, you missed it by a day, but can you be successful? Yeah, of course you can. Especially in America, you're a 5 life path, and this is a 5 life path nation. So I've seen a lot of 5 succeed in this country because their energy matches the nation's energy. And don't think that doesn't matter. I mean, he knew who Garry the Numbers guy was. But let's be honest, as someone who knew me in Cleveland, Ohio, I was pretty famous.
Yeah.
Going on the radio. Even the Paul brothers knew who I was and stuff like that. They listened to me. The LeBron James of the world, all these guys, they all listened to me. The Cavs owner, all these guys, they all knew who I was in Cleveland, Ohio. I went on national radio stations, Glenn Beck, Michael Savage. Remember how Trevisano would always be like, oh, this guy was on Beck today.
Yeah.
But I hit a glass ceiling, didn't I?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Big time.
And unless I moved here, I don't think anything would ever happen for me.
No.
Is it safe to say that? I mean, I was still rich, but I wasn't this rich.
Yeah, you had, and he passed away. You had Mike Trevisano, the most powerful man in Cleveland radio media, but equally he was hated by, whether it be the Cavs owner. I used to work for the Cavaliers. That was an interesting, odd relationship. I'm now blocked by him. At Cavs Dan, please unblock me. Well, go ahead.
It's funny how if Cav Dan actually played along with me and actually listened when I actually told him, these two would be Cavaliers championship rings. Am I lying?
I could have got you one, but you're not lying. You're not lying.
If Dan Gilbert listened to me all those years ago when it was me telling you on the phone what this clown was saying, would these not be Cavaliers championship rings?
Yep. Sad.
So I kind of wear this not just to flex, but also so Dan Gilbert's bitch ass can fucking see this. Yo, pimp, you want to talk about revenge? Look, I did this to you.
You want to prove opposite enemy signs. So Dan and him had a terrible relationship, and he's a snake. I'm born in 1995, the year of the pig. Me and Dan had a great relationship. He was nothing but nice to me. He caught me on my cell phone texting. He actually tripped and fell over because I was on my phone. Nothing but good to me. So that's that opposite sign energy, yin yang.
Well, I also remember when the Cavs were playing the Warriors in the 2015 NBA Finals, and I text Dan Gilbert. I'm like, they're up 2-1. I didn't text him. I also fucking emailed him, and I was like, you're not winning a championship this year, bitch. He was up 2-1, and he lost because the Golden State Warriors owner or majority owner was a goat, and Dan Gilbert was an ox, and the ox is not winning a fucking title in his enemy year. But I did say they won in 216, but I also got these for the following years.
Yeah. Can they get it done with Kenny Atkinson, the GOAT coach? Head coach is a GOAT, and then you got Dan and Ox.
I mean, listen, bro. If you really want to get into basketball,
yeah, my bad.
Sports talk is what people in cold weather cities do because they can't go outside. Their women are ugly. There's a wide variety of reasons why people in the Midwest like to talk about sports or sports talk shows work there. That shit don't work here, bro. The only way these people want to know anything about sports if they have money on the game. And quite frankly, that's the correct way because no matter what team wins, I don't get shit out of them unless I bet them. Going back to you, Pimp, I would have a job in travel, pilot, anything the AI is not taking. And I think when you're on the go, that peace of mind of knowing you're going with your energy, because fives need to move like water. They really do. 5-letter word starts with W, 23rd letter. They have to move like water to actually be happy. If they're stuck in one place, that depression, no matter what Tate says, it hits hard. So that's just one piece of advice. And watch your temper. No dogs around you. All right, next.
Yeah, so we got at YBCMODZ. What's up, Gary? Talk to me. My birthday is 9/10/1998. Male, if I'm correct. My energy is a 1 and my life path is a 1. If that's correct, what's going to be my biggest struggle? And does that mean I have 11 energy? You're the man, Gary.
No, you don't have 11 energy, but you definitely have energy where I would look at it and say you're a born leader. I think you might be impulsive at times. I think you have a hot head. And I think, well, I know I'm just saying think because it sounds politically correct, but you know, why am I doing that? I know you can be a leader, but do you have enough life experience? You're still kind of young. That's the whole point. Like when I talk about numerology and astrology and I say one's the leader, it is. And most people who are ones, like the father of our country, who was born on the 22nd, one life path, George Washington, he was a leader. But does that mean he was a leader when he was 5 years old? When he was in his 20s? When he was in his teens? No. People who are ones need to suffer and get grinded through. They need to go through life to actually build those characteristics, but they have them. They have the potential for them. I mean, this guy's a tiger. This guy's a 1. I can imagine the physical fitness is probably a big part of his life. He's probably a very argumentative dude. You know, he's a Virgo. He sees faults in everything. Bro, I used to date a lot of signs when I was younger before I got married, just so I can see their tendencies. And listen, I could easily say, you know, there's no domestic violence in my relationship in, 22 years. But if I was with a Virgo woman, I could probably say pretty 90% chance I catch a case. Because I'm not going to want to listen to that critical motherfucker all day. I mean, that's some real shit. Virgos are such critical people. But they are one of the smartest signs, so I will give them that. Obviously, below a Capricorn. Shout out to me. But yeah, Virgos, my advice to you, let the little things go and just shine. Because whether people like it or not, Virgo is one of the richest signs. Warren Buffett, things of that nature. Anything to add?
Yeah. So as a 1 life path, one of the biggest issues I see with ones, and he may agree with this, is that they have a tendency to fade later in life. So when a 1 life path hits their 40s, 50s, and even 30s, they have a lot of problems. So we look at Tiger Woods, Steve Jobs. Some people would argue Napoleon Bonaparte. They kind of run into their 30s, 40s, like Magic Johnson.
The simp, right? The simp, Napoleon. Napoleon was my hero. Napoleon was one. I don't have heroes. Julius Caesar's still up there, but I don't have that many heroes. And it hurt me when I found out one of the greatest generals in world history, one of the greatest leaders, one of the greatest men at that point in world history was being simped out by his whore wife. But it's very fitting we're talking about this today, because after Napoleon married Josephine, he became very rich and powerful. What day was that whore born on? Josephine.
Yeah, June 23rd.
June 23rd. And because she was born on a certain day, Mr. Napoleon got a lot, and I mean a lot more powerful. You guys can dig into that yourself. The point is this. Some of the most powerful men in history are cucks. and there's some of you guys who are watching this, don't have too much money, probably don't have too much influence, maybe come from a poor background, but you have a virgin wife. And that basically means you accomplish more than Napoleon did his whole life. Bro, I a cuck? A cuck?
Well, let me add this. Wasn't she hooked into the elites, the Illuminati, the families? So some people, but he was absolutely obsessed with her, regardless.
I mean, she was a beautiful woman.
But you wonder if it was power that was driving him to her, because it was
He's an ox.
Yeah, so
of course it was.
Exactly.
And she was also a goat, his enemy sign.
Yeah.
His goat was cheating on him, and one of his sons was a goat too. Yeah. And he saw him for about 6 months, and he never saw him again, and he died.
Yep.
That enemy sign dynamic, unless his master numbers are involved, you cooked. Anyways, I think we answered his question. Tigers do best with tigers. I would encourage all tiger men to try to find tiger women who are 12 years younger than them. Obviously, at your age, that probably wouldn't be a good thing legally. But if you see an 86 tiger man, I recommend he's with a 98 tiger woman. If we have a 74 tiger man, 86 tiger woman, I think that is the absolute best relationship for tigers. Next.
Yeah, we got at JPS 5887, March 7, 1977. Thanks, GG33 and homage. New to numerology, and I've learned a lot from a high level. I also understand that my time to get a bag is limited. Any advice for a fellow snake living in Canada?
Well, one of the good things about Canada, and there's not many right now. I mean, we talked about, people getting cucked. That's a whole nation getting cucked out. You're literally paying high taxes so people take over your country. It's insanity. But looking at you, you should have done at least a little bit better since 2025, when John Carney, someone who was not supposed to win, but he was born in 1965, Year of the Snake, and he not only replaced the pig Trudeau, he also beat Paul Periev, who's the GOAT, who's supposed to be prime minister, and the snake pulled off the upset in the snake year. At least for you, maybe not his policies, but the energy should have got better for you, because in America, if you're a dog and Donald Trump is president, that does nothing but help you. Same way you being a snake and your prime minister being a snake would do nothing but help you, especially since it got rid of the pig energy that was in the nation. But I got to hand it to the Cat Nation Canada. There was a pig who actually did very, very well as the prime minister of Canada. His name was Stephen Harper. I believe he came in 2005 and he lost in 2015. At that time, the Canadian dollar and the American dollar were par. And it's not that toilet paper you guys have in Canada now. It was even to the American dollar. At that time, the average Canadian had more money than the average American. Now things are very different. Now the richest Canadian province is still poorer than the poorest hick in West Virginia or the poorest black man in Alabama, because the poorest state in America has a higher GDP than the highest province in Canada. That's how much you people have fucked it up. As for what to do, I tell you, get out of Canada. That's number one. Number two, Florida is a place a Canadian can stay for 6 months without a visa. I suggest you come down here. You make connections as a 7 life path. Someone who is a snake just like you, someone who succeeded in the state. I think your best bet is Texas or Florida, because you got to get out of Canada. There's nothing there, bro. Like, you're literally telling me you're a hunter and there's nothing left to fucking hunt. You got to get the fuck out of Canada. Canada has been overrun. Barbarians are not at the gate. They're within the gates. It's time to get the fuck out. Based off astrology and numerology, Florida or Texas, my friend. Come here and then try to make things happen here. That's my advice to you. Next.
Yeah, we got Farm Digs. Date of birth, 3/8/1978, female. Married 5/10/1997.
Okay. What we got here? 3/8/1978. That's a 9 horse, and the partner is a 5 life path. So we have a 9-5 relationship. So let me guess how this works. The 9 life path is infatuated with the 5. That's how it works. And it looks like yep. It looks, I hope you married. Okay. Is she saying she got married in 97? Well, what am I supposed to do with that? You didn't give me the husband's birthday then. Because I was about to say, like, God damn, you robbing the cradle, girl. God damn. But then again, horses stay in great shape. So she probably doesn't look her age.
Husband, date of birth, 7/28.
There we go. 7/28/1972. Gotcha. So we have a 9-9 relationship, except your enemy signs. Very nice, but we know what this relationship's about. It's about that bag. That's very simple. The husband is born on the 28th and you're born on the 8th. You know, I did see a power couple in American politics. There was a horse-rat relationship. John McCain and his wife. I did see that. But that relationship was about the power. So when I look at this relationship, I would say if it's successful, it's got to be about what you guys can achieve together. That's the way I would look at it. Quite frankly, I would say the horse should take the lead, even though I'm against females in leadership positions. You know, maybe you can defer for about a year, you know, every now and then when I get tired, let the wife drive the car too. So when it comes down to it, maybe you put the 8 female born in the 8th and a horse here in position of power, and then we go back to the natural dynamic. But I say there's a very heavy attractiveness. I would say the female goes out of her way to please the rat. That's usually how this relationship works. And I say the rat is infatuated with the female's body. But they make money together, and that's why I would say this relationship works. They're a power couple, even though they're enemy signs. So if you see them, you know, on the streets, you're probably saying like, damn, wow, that's something right there. Behind closed doors, probably a little bit different story unless they're having makeup sex. Anyways, it is what it is. Who's next? I'm a blunt motherfucker, ain't I?
Yeah, so we got
Hey, by the way, you want to add anything to that one?
no.
I didn't think you would.
Wow.
What's going on?
We got a lot of meetings.
Whatever. That's what we're here for. Let's go.
All right, cool. This one right here.
Yeah, so we got Gary, I'm grateful for finding you. I'm 7/24/1987. My father, only man I ever loved me. 3/11/1952. Narc mom, 6/4/1957. Both passed, and my new purpose in life is my daughter, born 8/2/2021. Her dad is born August 29th, 1963. Please tell me the best moves in life, love, and money, and how I can contribute.
Okay, so let me get this straight. The woman's at 87?
I'm 7/24/1987. My father.
Okay, so she's born 87, and her baby daddy is a 63. 1963. Did I get this right?
Baby.
Make that bigger, bro.
Yeah, her dad is 1963, August 29th. So he's a Virgo. 63.
Okay.
Weird. It's a lot of typos.
Her dad. Okay, so it looks like, unless I'm reading this wrong, We have 2 cats. You know what? I'm going to stay away from that one, but you said your life mission now is to take care of your daughter. That makes sense. You're born on the 24th. You know, most cats don't even want to have kids. I mean, I've seen these cat women. I've talked to them on their phone. Oh, my God, bro. They've literally told me, why would I want to have a kid and ruin my body? Like for real? I guess a lot of white women think that way now. Black women getting abortions, white women don't even want to sleep around. It's like, what the fuck? But I see why you're very spiritual. You're an 11. And cats who actually want to have kids, born in the 6, 15, 24, so that part makes sense too. You're going to be traveling quite a bit, especially as you get older and older. As for your daughter, I mean, I think selfishly, it's good to have a kid who's a 6 or has any amount of 33 energy, because I want my kids to be very strong family people. And one of my kids is. He's got that number in him. So for a kid, I think that's fantastic. You're born on the 24th. I mean, may your daughter teach you what actual love is. You know, some people make the mistake of thinking they need to find Mr. Right or Mrs. Right to actually, you know, feel love. No, nah. That's not what it is for some people. For some people, having a child and having something that you put above yourself is what actually you learn your life lessons here as a soul for. I mean, a lot of you guys from here in Brickell wouldn't know anything about that, having dogs. Have kids. I'm going to be very honest with you. And this covers to your younger generation out there. If you don't have kids, I don't want to hear a goddamn thing you have to say about anything. Give a fuck about your politics. Give a fuck about what you believe in, who you pray to. You don't have kids. You haven't put something ahead of yourself. Why do I have to believe or hear anything you have to say? Nick Fuentes was proven a fool. He said Iran would be the same thing as going into France. Are you out of your fucking mind? Why do I have to listen to people who haven't put anything above themselves? Oh, I pray to God. I pray to Allah. While you're drinking? While you're fucking whores? Really? You want to talk about, oh, the white babies. We're not having any white babies anymore. You don't have any kids, bitch. The shit is wild. But that's why I told him when he came down here. I can count the influencers I like and I consider friends on one fucking hand. Oh, they're all heterosexual. They're my friends. And we don't play that other fucking shit, man. That left field San Francisco shit don't work here. But in closing, your daughter is very sensitive, but has a dominant personality as an ox. So it's going to be very passive aggressive and sometimes physical as it grows older and older. Make sure you teach your daughter not to be resentful, because that's not a good thing for people born in the 2nd. Let's see. He's talking about loved ones, 1952. Got a rooster. Okay, mom's a rooster. You're a cat. That must have been interesting. That was very interesting. Yeah, you should always be with cats if you're going to find a life partner. And I think that's what the other guy over there, but it should always be a cat. Cats should always be with cats. Tigers should always be with tigers. Felines should always be with the felines. You know, I mean, listen, I got a trine. My trine is the snake, ox, and rooster. He's got a trine. Pig, goat, cat. But let's be honest, Chris, is the cat really part of that trine?
At times it's debatable with some of them.
Because if I really look at that trine and I look throughout history, and I try to see who has made money together, I see something called the PayPal Mafia. I see a whole bunch of goats and pigs like Theo and Musk making money together. But when I look at the cat, goat, and pig, doesn't really work the same way, does it?
Yeah, look at Jeff Bezos. He kind of does his own thing.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos. And Jeff Bezos made his billions and billions with a woman. And then this woman, Mackenzie, was a 28 life path. He probably helped him make it. And as soon as he got to a certain level, what did he do?
Yeah.
Got rid of her. And he got rid of her for his enemy sign, Rooster. You know, some signs, especially enemy signs, are really attracted to each other. I don't think there's a enemy sign combination that's more attracted to each other than the rooster and the cat. Those two are about the eyes. I've seen it. And when you look at Alex Rodriguez, cat, and Jennifer Lopez, rooster, they look like a good couple. They were a power couple. Didn't work out, but they were extremely attracted to each other. So, all right, let's go to the next one. September 27, 2002. So we have a 4 life path. I'm a horse. Any advice?
Could be a 22.
Oh, he's a 22?
Q said 22. Q, and could you?
Says 2002, right?
Yeah, Q said 22 life path. I don't know why. Yeah. Is it?
I mean, you could say it as a 22. You could say 22-4. You can definitely say 22-4. Yeah, I mean, he definitely has elements of the 22 in him, but definitely not a pure 22. I mean, listen, Q is me. So it is what it is. Basically, AI version of my mind and stuff like that. But you want to ask me what to do when I look at the 78 horses, tough son of a bitches. I look at the 1990 horses, tough son of a bitches. The 2002 horses, been a bit disappointing. And the 2001 snakes have been disappointing. The 2000 dragons, anything with that 2 number has been disappointing to me, at least. Not saying they're all bitch made, but there's a lot more of it. That's why the New World Order started in the 2000s, not in the 1900s. In the 1900s, you think they would have accepted homosexual marriage? They ran against that shit. It wasn't until the 2000s that shit started going all over the place. When it comes down to the 2002 horses are already pretty moody people. And then you add that element of being sensitive to being moody. And I've seen a lot of 2002 horses have issues with their emotions. And that's not usually something horses have issues with. So the first thing I would tell you is control the sensitivity. That's the first thing I tell any 2002 horse. The second thing I would tell you is outwork everybody. You got to Kobe everybody, bro. 2 numbers. They're the hardest workers. 1 number, 1 sign, horse, and 4. You got both of them. Lastly, you're born on the 27th, which means you're very adaptive to the people around you. Make sure the people around you are who you want to become, not who you were. You do that, good things will happen in life. Next.
Yes.
Well, gotta go down. And if you guys want a reading, 98 or above. You know, it's crazy how we at this show will have to spend hours giving readings. Literal hours giving readings. This is what we do. There's no other show on the internet that does this. Absolutely none. Appreciate you guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we get a question from Lido 2800, male 12/19/2000, 33/6 dragon. Any financial advice and life advice? Numerology and astrology came naturally to me. Thanks, Garry.
Of course it did, just like it came naturally to you.
Of course.
Just like it came naturally to me. Difference is, I'm the only one who didn't have a teacher. Probably best that way. So Dragon and Sagittarius, plus born on the 1st. Yeah, I got some advice for you. I definitely got some advice for you. Brother, listen to me carefully. People don't want to hear your truth.
Oh, shit.
People do not want to hear your truth. And if you go down that route where you tell people the truth they don't want to hear, it's going to cost you in life. Now, you might say, fuck that. I'm going to keep it real. Then keep it real. But there's consequences for keeping it real. You're going to piss off a lot of people. When I see a birthday, I try to tap into that energy from my mind. How is that energy going to react? How does it talk? How does it work? And I see this one. This is a person who's just going to tell everyone what they think. And that bluntness is going to get you in trouble because Sagittarius, they're just off the wall. Dragons, they like to be very truthful and honest with people. And ones, they don't care. They're just going to tell you what they think. So I look at this birthday and I'm like, slow down. And you want financial advice? I just gave it to you. Don't be so blunt, dude. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, no, I mean, as a 33/6, half the people in life are going to hate you and half the people are going to love you. You'll be at a BP gas station. You'll go up to the clerk. She'll hate you for no reason. Vice versa.
Get a lot of that, Chris?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So always get used to people not liking you for just no reason. So they hate that you're basically breathing as a 33 life path. Also, 33s are kind of going extinct in some ways.
Yes.
And just
the Mohicans, motherfucker.
Yeah, man. So keep that in mind.
Listen. I'm gonna work on him, and he's gonna start doing shit like that within a few months. Trust me, man.
I'm just being friendly.
I'm popping that fucking cherry with that fucking microphone right now. Trust me. The same way we had people who are my co-hosts now who are a little bit more quieter when we started the show. Same way they're talking, this motherfucker will be talking. Mark my words. But yeah, that's pretty accurate. Listen. As a 33, don't care, but I'm just telling you. Sometimes bite your tongue and it'll get you further in life based off that birthday.
One other thing I guess we could help him with is as a 33, you got to keep master numbers around you. Look at a master number as like AM frequency, and then other numbers are FM, and it'll be helpful for your mental health to keep, healthy master numbers around you, at least, not the ones that are degens.
When I was using that example with AM, FM radio, I was on the Cleveland radio like 15 years ago. That shit don't work too much in the internet age anymore. Yeah. These guys don't even know what fucking 1100 is anymore. They're like, bro, it was like, you're a young guy, but you show your age when you're talking about the radio.
Yeah.
And I took over the radio. Chris, I don't think they understand what I was doing in Cleveland, Ohio. I literally went on a Trevisano show. I was in studio once a week. I made a call in every single day because that's what they wanted. The callers would talk about me more than anyone else. I would get on, do a show with Triv, and as soon as I get off, Bob France is doing what?
Doing the show, Tonight Show.
He's talking shit about me 24/7. So imagine this. You do a radio show, you get off, you have tons of emails. That's what it was back then. Like 300-400 emails from, me doing the show and stuff like that. And then Bob France comes on and basically calls me a fraud, a lunatic, a liar. And you know what the interesting thing about it, Bob, is? you got fired not from TAM, but also got fired from your Akron radio job, and now you're on Rumble. Well, you got about 2,000 followers on Rumble. Yo, pimp, I go on the front page of Rumble. Yo, pimp, I got millions of followers. So, Bob, all that shit you were talking about me, this is the ultimate success. You are coming in my field after you try to cock block me in your field. Your field has gone the way of taxi drivers and all newspapers. They are relics now, just like what you did. This is the future. Streaming is the future. It's the future today. It's the future in the future. You, like yesterday's newspaper in the fucking trash. Bob France, fuck you. Go ahead, finish the reading up.
We got a new.
Go ahead, read it off.
Yeah, so we got Jacob Valdez 7170. He says 3/8/1994. As a 7 life path, how can I manifest my wealth before 2030? Really trying to save my money to access bronze and a lifetime on QApp. Nice, and from there up. Much love and light from San Antonio, Texas. You're a real one, Gary. Super love to the whole crew.
So you, as a 7 life path, born on the 8th in the year of the dog, want to know what to do as fast as possible to make money. Obviously, technology is the first place you should look, but everyone's going to be doing that. So what can you do specifically? You can find a woman born on the 28th and start banging her. You can get your hair cut. You don't have to do something that's drastic. You can get your hair cut on the 28th. You know, you can basically start a company, LLC on the 28th. There's a lot of things you can do. But I'm a lot more forward than I used to be at that 28 stuff. But let me tell you something. That shit works. That shit so works. But if you want to ask me what to do as a dog in a horse year, I would say actually chase your dreams. Because if they're going to hit, it's going to happen this year. Dog and horse, besides the soulmate combinations, is the best combination in Chinese astrology. Because of why, Chris?
Well, it's
the 7 and 11 energy.
Yeah, I don't know if we could say that.
The 7. No, we can talk about it a lot now. Cool. This isn't back in the day.
Cool. We
can talk about it a lot. Like back in the day when we used to talk, everything was restricted, blah, blah. But I've loosened up like these Miami women. So it is what it is. Yeah, bro, that's probably the best you can do. Chase your dreams this year because next year is going to be a different animal. And you might as well go for it when you're in your own energy. As to exactly what to do, I would say something probably in technology. That would be my answer to a majority of people, especially people with your birthday. Now, you got a social network this year too with your birthday coming up. By the way, happy birthday. You're 11 years over. You found numerology and astrology, you changed your outlook on life. Now it's time to network. Next. How many more do we have? Damn. All right. Yeah, I think I'm done. After these 7, don't send any more money. I'm good. Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. So we got NDIS, True Blue Value Services. I am 1/16/1982, and admit I'm owed money and not getting paid. I feel that there's an end, but when? Wait, gotta admit I'm owed money, but not being paid.
Who do you work for? The Biden administration? What the hell? I don't understand what that means, but I do understand that you're born on the 16th. I do understand you're a rooster. And I've told people this before. Month first, then day. Month first, then day. I mean, quite frankly, you're a 28 life path. If you're out here complaining about money, you probably have more than most people as it is. No, 28s are never happy what they have.
Oh, what you trying to say?
No, 28. They're never happy. They always want more. They always want a bigger bag. Like for instance, listen. Obviously, I want a bigger bag. He wants a bigger bag, but I'm content. I'm content with what I have. You know, I could quit now, not do another content, and I'm okay for life. My kids are okay. Everything's okay. I'm still going to grind, but it's not for, money at this point. It really isn't. I mean, Chris knew me before I became an influencer. I had money back then too, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. So you see, that's the thing about this. You guys come in the profession and you're broke. I already came in here. I already had a fucking bag. Why do you think I'm not even that hungry? I mean, I changed the game. I put numerology on the map. But what do you think? I'm out here hustling like Myron Gaines? I'm putting in 2-3 days a week. Tops. Because I need my me time. I need time to myself. I'm born on the goddamn 7th. I enjoy my own company. I always have. Have I changed much?
No. If anything, the times have changed to you.
Yes, they have.
With things getting a little bit bolder, let's just say political.
Love you, Gary, but stop yelling. I just read that in the chat. I don't think you understand how this game works. Clips. And when you yell and then you take it up and down, talk with your hands. It is what it is. That gets views. I don't do podcasts for the 400 or 500 people who are watching live. I appreciate it. And by the way, I appreciate you guys liking so we can get to 600-700. But I do this for the clips. That's why I've been teaching him. This is about clips. And I'm one of the ultimate clip farmers in the game. It is what it is. Like, when I was spitting here for an hour, 40 minutes right before this, nonstop, keeping it interesting, very few people can do that. I am easily top 20 behind this fucking microphone in this influencer world. I might be top 10. I mean, hell, on a good day, I'm definitely in the top 5. Regardless, I'm in there. You know how you know I'm that damn good? Couple reasons. Number 1, I put my niche on the map. Number 2, I'm an old man. Number 3, I'm overweight. And I still made it. That shows you how fucking good I am. And again, the ego might be a little bit overblown, but quite frankly, I don't think it's big enough compared to what the fuck I've done in this fucking world. Anyways, let's keep going back to that person. Yeah, bro, you're doing well in money. You're doing better than most. I think you have a very aggressive personality, and I think you need to make sure you have no cats around you. I think you'll do well. If you're owed money, what do you want me to tell you? Be a rooster, whoop their ass? No, go through the legal channels. I mean, if you're in America, sue. If you're in the UK, sue. If you're in Mexico, you handle things a little differently. You know what I'm saying? If you're in Russia, you definitely handle things a little bit differently. So, all right, next.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Blur here. Born, I guess, well, we got M, male, I'm assuming, August 26, 2000. He left a 7-year relationship, 10/25, and fiance 9/5. None of this makes sense.
All right, so your fiance, is that your former fiance or your new fiance? Okay, let me just work off what I have here. It said 8/26.
Relationship and finance. It's supposed to be fiance.
I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
And finance 9 to 5. Like it's a finance job. You left
This is crazy.
relationship and a finance 9 to 5. February 26th.
You're born. That right there, the fact that I'm coughing, actually, it reinforces what I was thinking. You're born on the 26th and you left your job on the 26th in the year 2026. And you're also a 9 life path and 1 universal year. I don't think that's a good decision. Not going to lie to you. Do not think that's a good decision. But now that it's made, my advice to you is to open an LLC on the 26th and one of these months coming up. I mean, if you want the best month, probably be before your birthday hit. No, I'm sorry, after your birthday hits. So September 26th, October 26th would work, December 26th. And use that LLC and grow it slowly. But if you listen to me and you have a solid idea, you will make money off it. I keep saying this and I'll say it again. The Chinese opened the Olympic Games on 8/8/2008 at exactly 8:08 p.m. It's not a coincidence. They know something. They know the same thing what I taught him. They know the same thing of what I'm teaching you. Numerology and astrology are the cheat codes to this matrix. That doesn't mean I'm going to be right all the time. But it does mean I'll be right more than you. That doesn't mean I'm not going to make mistakes, but it does mean I'm going to make less mistakes than you. I encourage every single one of you guys to jump on the GG33 bandwagon because this is the truth. Islam is not. Christianity is not. Judaism is not. That is not the truth. Numerology told the supreme leader he might die in 2026. Allah, or his interpretation of it, told him to fight. The Christ is King, Mexican white supremacist Nick Fuentes said, when we go into Iran, that's the end. World War III starts. 12 hours later, the supreme leader and most of his leadership are dead. World War III did not start. My friend, build slowly, do it after your birthday. Follow that blueprint. Good things will happen. Partner, 8/2/8/1998. All right. You got 1 life path. Oh, partners. Got a 99 and another 99. The fuck? Ex-girlfriend. Oh, ex-girlfriend.
It doesn't see it.
I don't. Well, ex-girlfriend 2000. I mean, listen, I don't really think 2 dragons should be together. Find yourself a monkey. Find yourself a 2004 monkey. You'll do much better than a dragon-dragon relationship. I mean, like, dragons are alpha. What the hell you want a woman trying to be a boss bitch for? That might work with other signs. That's not going to work with another dragon. So I support your decision to cut her off. I'm not too sure leaving your finance job was the right decision. All right, next.
Yeah, we got Boost Wang. So, hey, Gary, 7/8.
Stop right there. Have you noticed how many of these people who have sent in for a reading are born on the 8th? Have you guys noticed that? And again, who are the people buying the readings? The people who have money. This is how the system works. You don't have to take my word for it. Look, rewind the tape. It's there. Every fucking time it's there. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah. Hey, Gary. 7/8/1991 here. Started my business on 12/30/2024 and just recently became aware of numerology. Can you give me general advice? I'm in Portland, Oregon. Was zeroed out a few years ago and been basically picking up the pieces. So he was going through a rough time.
Can you see if Oregon's an ox? Go in the Q app and see if it's an ox. I think it is 11/11. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so something stuck the wrong way when I heard that. And again, this is what the Q app is for. Go in the Q app, you find out exactly what it is. And what do you know? So it's a goat. Okay, so see. The Q app just corrected me. So you're in the right state. Outstanding. Goat in a goat state. That works. We had academics sitting here for me a couple weeks ago. He's a goat. He's in New Jersey, a goat state. He's thriving. So I would assume the stuff is going well. I look at your birthday. You should be making money. Only thing that can hold you back is karma. Next year should be extremely well. Your business, found in the same day LeBron James was born. What do we have? 5 life paths. So we have a 5 life path business, and that basically says that it probably isn't going to be the most consistent. And there's an easy solution to that. In the GOAT year, or you can sign China sooner, but in the GOAT year, when it matches your energy, open a parent LLC and have this company be acquired by the new company, and that way maybe you open on the 8th to match your energy, or as a GOAT in the GOAT year. And those type of things really go a long way in making stuff happen. I mean, listen, a lot of people think Steve Jobs was this extremely smart guy, and he knew about numerology, and he did. I mean, there's a reason he incorporated Apple 4/1/1976. He started Apple January 3rd, 1977. 2828 was the cash richest company in the world. But there's a couple of things he didn't know, like 1 and 9 in enemy numbers, because he married a 9 and then he died. And then his ex-wife married a black guy, started sailing on the road with his yacht and his money. That 1-9 relationship never effing fails. But that's probably the best advice I can give you. Start a parent company. You can do it this year, but it'd probably be better. Or you can do it twice, but you can do it under 8 energy in a GOAT year to match yours. And I think if you do it that way, that's the same thing Alphabet did to Google. Same thing Meta did to Facebook. As soon as their enemy year were coming, they basically switched up. And that was a way of getting around their enemy year. Didn't work out too well for Zuck, though.
Yeah, I would only add one thing. Portland, Oregon is founded in the year of the pig. So that's the friend of the goat. So you should be able to have a lot of success in Portland, believe it or not. I do not like Portland's politics, but that you chose the right place.
I don't like anything on the West Coast politics. And while we're in here, shout out to Tavid GG33, who holds it down on IG, holds it down on YouTube. Look him up, Tavid GG33. And quite frankly, I still haven't learned how to spell his name, but I will shout him out. I know, just kidding with him. But yeah, listen, Tavid, run it up. And now Chris, they're the ones who are actually putting in work. And I do everything I can to boost my fellow GG33 guys. And Tavid, by far, is one of GG33's greatest assets. So I don't want to pump this cat's head up too high, because he's going to clip this up, but he is. But yeah, enjoy Estonia, enjoy that shithole you stay in, and make sure that cow or that bull you bought, whatever the fuck you did, is fed well. It was an ox? It was an ox, okay. Imagine this motherfucker, man. He decided to buy an ox one day. I'm like, you having steaks? He's like, no, I'm just having it to feed it. I'm like, what? I mean, these people in Estonia, a little bit off. But Tavid definitely knows his numerology, and he is one of my top members by far. So again, shout out to Tavid and the work he does for Q, the best numerology and astrology app ever made. Clip it up, boy. Anyways, I think we're done with this one. What's next?
Yeah, so we got from Basil or something. He's born 9/20/1996. Question: Ox is my soulmate, but I don't want to marry a girl a year younger than me. What are my best options? Question 2: What does my future look like based on my birthday?
You don't want to marry a girl younger than you. I mean, that's usually what you should be doing as a man. Marrying a girl, and maybe you say 1 year isn't enough, but listen, the system is perfect and it's set up that way for a reason. So in most cases, I tell people there should be a 4-year gap. That's usually between friendly signs, or 8-year, or 12 in some extreme cases like tigers. But in this case, listen, rats and oxes are soulmates for a reason. One of the biggest political dynasties in America history was the Bush family. Barbara Bush and George Bush, that's rat and ox, and they had a whole bunch of kids. And that also proves the death code is real. Because when it was just Bush enemy year, he's a dragon. Both his parents died, there's nothing else to tie them together except his enemy year. Death code works. I see it every freaking week working. Scary. And again, that wasn't the Quran who gave it to you. That wasn't the Torah that gave it to you, the Talmud, the Bible. It was Garry, the numbers guy, me. I'm the one who taught you people die in their enemy years. Yeah, Michael Jordan won the title in 1993, Year of the Rooster. Guess what? The cat, born 1963, his dad died that year. You think he was thinking about that title he won? No. Kanye West, everyone knows who Kanye is. He's born in the year of the snake, 1977. And in 2007, his mom had plastic surgery and she died. Enemy years at work. And sometimes it works from the opposite, the kid. Sylvester Stallone, born 1946, Year of the Dog, had a kid born 1976, Year of the Dragon. His enemy sign, and that kid passed away in 2012. Again, Sylvester Stallone's enemy year. So that's just 3 examples of how this stuff works. I could do an actual lecture on it. Maybe one day I will. But at the end of the day, we're still getting readings out here. And Chris, you have anything to add about the ox-rat relationship? I think he should marry someone born 1997.
Yeah, you look at Donovan Mitchell. So Donovan Mitchell's new lady is Coco Jones. And since he's been dating her, she's that famous musician. His career's taken off. And that's just how that relationship's going to be. It's a power couple. I will tell you that when it comes down to the rat and ox relationship, the ox is submissive to the rat. The rat kind of looks at the ox as a lackey. If you are an ox, I'm going to tell you this.
Attaboy. Attaboy. Get him.
If you're
Get him,
no, if you're an ox, I would be very careful that you're not being taken advantage of, because that's just how that relationship's going to go. They're going to try to get the most out of you, and then usually what the rat does is they suck the most out of the ox, and then by the end they kind of kick him. Example of this would be Hitler and Martin Bormann. Hitler was born in the year of the ox, and Hitler's handler was Martin Bormann, born in the year. Yep. Born in the year of the rat. Hitler would be on the front lines. Martin would be 1,000 miles off the front lines, just like a rat. And when the going got tough, Martin basically sold Hitler out. Now he did, save Hitler at the very end, and I believe Hitler, he escaped, but he didn't help Hitler too much after that. They kind of pulled the plug on him.
You're right. He served his purpose.
Yes.
And for those of you that don't know, Hitler did not die in 1945 in Germany. He actually got away on a U-boat. That's a submarine in modern day terms. And that submarine went all the way to Argentina, and that's where the Nazi regimes that cut a deal with the U.S. and got out through Martin Bormann. And the funny thing is, Goering, he was born in the year of the horse, and Martin Bormann and him did not like each other. So, if you don't like Martin Bormann, after he signed a deal with Allies, he made sure that Goering was thrown under the bus, and that's why he was at Nuremberg trials. And now there's talk that Martin Bormann had plastic surgery, and he was there actually watching the trial to see his arch rival go down. There's talks about that too. So you never know. The stories might be real, maybe not, but it's definitely interesting. All right, who's next? Yeah. What does it say? No, he said something. What does that say below it? Bet. Go hit it one more time. Be the first. Oh, okay. Really nothing. So the guy just donated 128. Shout out to you. Much appreciated. Thank you. Who's next? Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, Valnome. We got a male born March 28th, 1984 in Australia. He married an Italian woman, I'm assuming, February 10th, 1983. He has 3 boys with her, April 6th, 2017, August 28th, 2020, and January 4th, 2023. Congratulations. Can I have a general reading for myself and kids? Lastly, is 82 number the same energy as 28?
No, it's not. Good question, though. March 28th, and you had a kid born on the 28th as well, August 28th. Interesting. So one of the things about my life is I started earning money about right after 2010, 2011. I started making decent bread. But I really didn't start making good money until this decade. I mean, really good money. And one of the reasons is because one of my kids was born on the 28th. I mean, I knew the cheat codes before I was talking to you guys about it. And quite frankly, they work for me. So I'm a living example of this stuff working. But even though you're born on the 28th, I'm sure when that kid came, a lot more money came in your situation. Another thing I've noticed is he's born in a rat year and you're a rat. You guys are both 28. So I would say there's probably a past life connection there too, huh, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100% a past life connection. You probably would have, in some cases, the strongest bond with that child. Not saying it's not good with others, but it would definitely be the strongest with that. And by the way, I can't even, like, I don't like using the word blessed because it means be less. But when I look at you and you're a man and you said you have three kids and they're all boys, motherfucker, you won the lotto. You won the goddamn lotto. You have 3 kids and they're all boys. I thought I did good because, you know, I'm 2 for 2. But guess what? I didn't go for that third fucking swing. You did. You got it done. Congratulations. I like what I see here. It says a lot about you as a man that you were able to, you know, put 3 boys in this world. Lastly, that's number 6. Good enough. First kid's going to be good home and family. Very emotional. I had my first kids in 11 too. And last one, 2003. So the 2023 is going to be the one who's a little bit different than the rest. He's going to kind of do his own thing. So just expect it. Hope that helps. And by the way, sir, lay low this year for your sake and your family's sake. You know, 28s are given a lot, but rats are given a lot as well. The yin yang is a lot of rats get hit very, very hard in the horse year because they usually never get hit. And you saw that with Prince Andrew being arrested, the South Korean, ex-South Korean president going to jail for life. You've seen this. You've seen LeBron James miss shot after shot, game winners, and since his end of the year hit. So it is what it is. Go ahead. Who's next?
Yes. So we got a question from Amatha, born. Oh, just Daniel. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Anything under 100, that's for Zerka. My time's actually valuable. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, we got at just Daniel 203. Hey, Gary, need a reading. I am a male 7 life path snake, born 9/4/2001. I am currently a police officer in the Navy. I'm looking for a career change. No tech fields, though. Any entrepreneurial advice? Also, what's special about 7 life path snakes?
There is no more choice, bro. AI is taking over. If this was 10, 15 years ago, I say do this, do this, do this. It's over. AI is coming for everybody. Personal brand can help. But what's this talk about you being a police officer you don't want to do anymore? You're born on the 4th, bro. You're born on the 4th. 4 is the number of law and order. I've been pulled over 13 or 14 times in the past 20 years. A lot more when I was younger. But I've been able to talk my way out of every single one of those tickets but one. The fucking jackass in Iowa wouldn't give me his birthday. But everyone else gave me their birthday. Do you know how many 9/4s pulled me over and let me go? Because I spit the game. But a Virgo, a 4, this is kind of what you got to be doing. This is it. See, you have one of those lives where you have to work very, very hard when you're young. Work very, very hard in your 30s and 40s. But you're going to enjoy the shit out of life in your 50s. And you see it, don't you? Mm-hmm. You're going to enjoy the shit out of life when you're older. That's the type of life you have. Now, I'm not sure you want to hear this, but I'm still going to tell you. I'm not sure about that marriage stuff, bro. Just not with that birthday. You know, I talk a lot of shit about the 2000s or the kids born in 2000 and after. The 2001 Snakes, at least they got a 1 in that birthday. The 2010 Tigers, there's some masculine ass tigers. Have you noticed that the 98 Tigers, the 99, that's the last of that calendar year cycle. But the tiger, is some consider the most masculine sign, goes from 98 to 2010. So it still has that 1.
Mm-hmm.
So the first reincarnation of the tiger in the 2000s, in this millennium, still has 1 energy, and so does snake. So I suspect, or I know, that snakes and tigers will be the masculine leaders this fucking millennium. And doesn't Andrew Tate kind of fill that role?
Mm-hmm.
A tiger
Yes,
who popped off in 2022, master number energy. Remember, I was telling you in 2002, if this son of a bitch could do it, so can I.
Yes. Yes.
And I did. So, yeah, my friend, I'm not too sure I would quit. I understand you're a 7 and you need to be intellectually challenged. I get it. It's going to be hard to get that from a woman anyways, but if I were you, I'd live like 2 lives. I'd do the police, military thing, but also learn about history, learn about philosophy, learn about numerology and astrology at night. So you, as a 7, you're here to gain knowledge, but you're also born in the 4th. So you got to work hard. So it's always going to be a balance of that work. And again, some numerologists have called 4 as the number of the slave because they have to work. Even if they're rich, they still got to work. It is what it is. But you be that 2-sided guy who puts in a mad work, but at night just learns as much as possible. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, I would say being born in the 4th in America is a privilege.
Yes.
So America's founded July 4th, 1776. You have Obama born in the 4th, Rosa Parks born in the 4th, Beyonce, Jay-Z born in the 4th. A lot of very successful people are 4s or 4 life paths, like Donald Trump, Oprah Winfrey, Adam Sandler, Arnold Schwarzenegger. So consider yourself extremely blessed to be born in the States. If you are, if you're not, try to, do business in America. Other than that, when it comes down to that 4 energy, you're going to be underestimated a lot. And what you're going to want to do is design your own luck. And the only way you can do that is put yourself in positions to be lucky by working. And you're going to find that you're going to get rich that way. This is one of the few countries that you can actually get rich by just hard work, because this country founded July 4th rewards that.
Spitting facts, man. You have that 4 energy to go far in America, but like I said, you have to work hard in the beginning and you'll enjoy life in your golden years. Anyways, thank you for your service, my friend. Is that the last one? All right. Let me finish this off, and in about 10 minutes, we'll be going to Monkey. You guys have asked me to do Monkey for quite a while, and we're definitely going to do it. In closing, I will always have allegiance only to one country, and that is the United States of America. Because in this country that my daddy immigrated to, in this country, I was able to make something of myself, which probably wouldn't have been possible, at least in the same way, in any other country on earth. No other country has any allegiance from me except the United States of America. So when I say this as an American. We are making the natural transition from a democracy to empire. We took out Maduro, took their oil. We took out Khomeini, took their oil. That's what's going to happen eventually. Cuba, Diaz, Petro, Colombia. You're next. Because as long as Donald Trump is the president of the United States, criminality will not have free reign anymore. If you're running the cartels of Mexico, well, guess what? That fucking bitch you have playing as your president, she's not going to do anything. But Donald Trump is. I'm going to say this loud and clear. I don't care what you think. If you're outside of America, you're a fucking second-class citizen to me. The only first-class citizens are people who are born in America. That is the biggest privilege you can be born with on a materialistic standpoint. Hero, chill. Hero's the dog. It's funny. Fresh, a black guy has a white dog. Wonder what that means. In closing, if you fuck with the United States of America, if you fuck with our money, you might end up like Gaddafi, Saddam, or now the supreme leader of Iran. They're all gone. America will dominate this century like it dominated last century. And anyone who gets in our way will be dealt with by any means necessary. We are better than you because we are Americans. Because you want to come to this country, risk your life just so you could kiss the fucking ground we walk on. We're better than you Europeans. We're better than you Asians. We're definitely better than you motherfuckers in the Middle East, in Africa, in South America, in Canada. And I'm not saying we white people. I'm saying we Americans, from all races, to all genders, which there's only two, to all religions. What bonds us as Jewish, Muslim, Christian Americans, as black, white Americans, as females, as males in this country is we're all better than you. And that isn't changing anytime soon. Long live the American Empire. Anything else, Chris?
No.
Go ahead, man. 8/28/2002. As soon as I'm trying to leave, the horse comes in here. The 28 cracks that whip and says, "You ain't going nowhere, boy." Go ahead, Chris.
Okay, so hey, Gary, I need a reading. I'm born August 28th, 2002, in my personal cycle, in my personal year 9 until my birthday. What's your best advice for me to win in life? So he's saying he's born August 28th, 2002. He's in his 9 year.
He's a horse. He's born on the 28th. He's in a 9-year cycle. And here he knows. He knows he can't really make any moves until his 1-year cycle hits. I don't care if it's a horse year or not. Numerology supersedes astrology. You are going to be in a 1 year after your birthday hits. That's when you make moves. You have that 5-month window to make shit happen. Until then, sit back, relax. We know you printing money. I'd say 50% of the people who were in the chat, super chats were born on the 28th or 8th. What a shock. And this basically proves GG33 is real. My friend, 4 horse 28. Work, work, work. Anyways, before Sodels donates, I'm out of here. Chris, where can they find you?
Yeah, they can find me on X at ChrisGG33. You can find me on Instagram at ChrisGG33_, on TikTok at ChrisGG33. And I think that covers all the platforms. Yeah. YouTube as well, and that's GG33 Chris.
Yeah, they get the point. GG33 Chris, very, very easy. Remember Chris GG33. In closing, this has been a 305 production. If you guys want numerology readings, go to GG33readings.com. I don't do them that much anymore, but my well-trained students do, including Chris, where you can go and get a reading from him. If you guys want sports picks, which I always kill it at, you guys can find that on a WAP. Go to my which is it? My Twitter, Matrix Prime _ everything's there. And in closing, if you guys want to kill it in the stock market, go to Rob Gain 28. Run it up. He kills it all the time. He made me millions upon millions of dollars. I'm showing you how to make money with numerology. It is possible. You just gotta be following the right guy.